Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat?
I just got to get better, and that's how it's going to be all year, really. I have to get better. I can never stop getting better.
This is Jameis Winston after practice on Wednesday. Only one more opportunity before the Saints are wheels up to Baltimore. They will play on Saturday in their first preseason game. Still to be determined how they're going to split up these reps for the preseason with Jameis and Taysom, or Taysom and Jameis, however it's going to go. But Wednesday is the most recent opportunity, that the 12th day of Saints training camp, that we got to hear from both quarterbacks after practice to sort of assess where they are in this competition. Now, my contention is this isn't a competition. I know what everybody says, what you have to say, and I know what we're seeing at practice, which is it doesn't seem like either guy's gaining separation. What we did see were 4 games last year where Taysom Hill got his opportunity to be a starting quarterback in the NFL, and it didn't go well. He's never going to be a starter in the NFL. This is why you brought Jameis Winston back. Jameis has started more than 80 games in his career. He's got a 5,000-yard season in his career. We know all of that. Jameis has been a starting quarterback in the NFL and can be again. Now, to what success level, I don't know, but that's my contention. Let's hear from the two guys themselves on how all this is going. First, let's start with Jameis Winston. Number 3, if we could first, Muse. This is Jameis talking about where he feels like he can improve as of right now.
I'm continually to push myself and find ways to get better at, whether it's footwork, whether it's progression, right? Whether it's accuracy. I'm just challenging myself. Like today on my wristband, it was precise passing. So my purpose today was to be as accurate as I possibly can be. I don't know what I went today, but I know I could have been way more accurate. So just finding something every single day to get better at.
Jameis Winston did hit a deep ball with Deontay Harris. Some of the conversation seems to be that he and Deontay have really created a very nice rapport together. But remember, Deontay Harris is very likely going to end up missing at least the first couple of games of this season after his DUI arrest. Saturday is, of course, the first preseason game, and Jameis was asked, this is number 5, what he feels like they can accomplish on Saturday that they're not able to accomplish in practice.
Beat another team. I think that's the biggest thing. We're excited to head up there and be able to compete, man. Last year we didn't have a preseason, so I'm excited for really the guys who have been waiting on this moment, and I've been waiting on this moment to get back on the field and play. So I think that's the biggest thing we're going to accomplish as a team, is to see how we have improved so far in camp and get the chance to compete against a really great organization and team.
It's important to remember there was no preseason last year, as Jameis mentioned. And Taysom Hill started the 4 games Drew Brees was out. The only real extended action that Jameis had a year ago was when Drew Brees was injured. It was Jameis who came off the bench to replace him. And a big part of that, we all remember, is because, you go through the game week of preparation, and Taysom had his Taysom role in that offense. So Jameis was the backup. But when they prepared as a starter, it was Taysom who got that opportunity. So this really will be first real extensive action going into a game where Jameis knows he's going to go in as potentially the starting quarterback. However, they manage this either way. As for Taysom Hill, he was asked when he met with reporters today what his comfort level is in the offense here now entering this preseason with the first season as a competition.
My comfort level operating in the offense just continues to grow and grow, and it really becomes, it's all about reps. The more reps you get, the more comfortable you are, the quicker you see it, and the quicker you get through it.
Comfort level in the offense. The other thing is rhythm, and that's part of what Taysom Hill was asked about today, which is, can you really develop a rhythm in this offense while you're sharing and splitting these starter reps?
Yeah, I think that there's a comfort level as you're rotating. You might get really comfortable with a guy, and then the next day you don't have him, or you're not throwing it to him. But at the end of the day, you're trying to bring an entire core and elevate their play. And so I think it's a good exercise for all of us, to get reps with different guys and see what they're capable of. And as you guys know, and as you have seen, it's not a matter of if you get injured, it's a matter of winning this league, and we certainly have a next man up mentality here. And so I think it's also been a great experience and a great opportunity to work with a ton of different guys this camp, and because we're going to need all of them.
They've certainly had to do that with Michael Thomas out, and then you're rotating through a lot of different receivers, as you know, trying to develop all that timing and that rapport. A couple of other things I wanted you to hear. One is Taysom Hill kind of going through just the opportunity at hand, and this is more of a between the ears type answer, not so much just physically, but give a listen as Taysom talks about the opportunity that he has.
Yeah, I mean, to me, every day is an opportunity to get better, and I think we go through different installs and we have different things that we're working on and everything else. So I will say that my mindset will be the same. I think it's hard to say that a practice would be more important than, even a preseason game, because I think anytime you can simulate a game, and there's so many situations that you get put in those games that, those are super valuable reps, and it'll be really important for sure, and I'm excited for the opportunity. But I do think, there's also a lot of variables when you get to the preseason and things that you can't really control. So I think it's all part of the evaluation. I don't know where coach's mindset is on all that, but every day is important. Every day is an opportunity to get better, and whether that's practice or a preseason game, I approach it the same way.
The most important part of what he said there is when he said it's hard to say that any rep in practice is more important than even a preseason game. As unimportant as sometimes we think preseason games are, it's important for these two quarterbacks, so it'll be their opportunity for game reps. But that speaks back to the point that we started with, which is we've seen both of these guys play in NFL games, and we know one of them is dramatically better than the other. So it's why I'm not overemphasizing what happens in these practices or even what happens in the preseason games, because eventually you're going to have to make a decision who's going to take that snap against Green Bay. And my contention is all along that it will be Jameis Winston. I don't think anything that's happened in these practices is going to change that. One more, though, from Sean Payton, who was asked specifically about what Taysom Hill has done well so far in camp.
He's getting through his progressions quicker. I think that, those reps in this offense are what he needs. I think he's gotten the ball down the field at times, both of them, effectively. But the overall in and out of the huddle, up and down, and then through the primaries onto the secondary players, that's something that, you're seeing a gradual improvement with.
It will be one of the more intriguing preseason games in recent memory. There's always the interest to go see the early round draft picks in the preseason, and really just the first opportunity to see the team after the long off season. But it's the first time that the Saints have had a true quarterback competition since before Drew Brees. And preseason is going to go a long way, in theory, to determining the answer there. We'll start to get those answers on Saturday. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.